Hello, it's Jonathan here, DJ Puff the Third, out the back of the gaff again, and thought we'll just check the garden, do an update just to have a look at it, and we'll swing the camera around where it's July, late July now, mid to late July now. I wouldn't know because I just get so confused, but I know it's July and it's been hot. Anyway, so we'll swing it round and we'll take a look at what's happening out the back. I've got it on data. I could have done it live on Facebook and portrait, but I didn't bother because I know at some point the Wi-Fi will give up. Tram track pot smurfed. As you can see, I've got a nice pelargonium in there, salmon pink. And the second one, these were freshly planted earlier this year, so we got pelargoniums. Clematis is still going, it's doing quite well, it's lasting. We've got a few more buds to come. It's the only one that survived from last year that I planted, clematis, and it's climbing up quite nicely. I don't want it too high, but just on the pillar would be nice. I've tried so hard this season to establish some parsley, and it's been a complete nightmare. I mean, either not well enough and the parsley pots just sit there, or one, a rogue snail or a slug, and it undoes everything. But I'm hoping, because we've got the dry weather, it will finally grow and toughen up and I'll have parsley. But this is last year's, and of course I've got another one of last year's in the pot over there. More of the geraniums, and of course the largest of the sweet chestnuts in the pot. Acer grown from seed, big one in a pot. And there is a begonia in here. Filling up nicely this corner. This two honesties in here will flower next year. We've got the ivy and the family favourite, the elephant ears, the begonia. Elephant ears, begonia, and we've got the ferns. The tree corner again, lots more Acer. This is a hibiscus. I need to figure out where to put that. You can see the Acer here has suffered from the leaf cutter bees, and I've got a couple of these were the hornbeams. I planted the hornbeams and 3 of them survived out of 5. But it already looks like they need repotting again. Crazy. Box plant. But yeah, the tree corner, and there's some more here, and I've got a tomato. There's like a tiger tumbling tomato, tumbling tiger tumbling. And this is a tiarella. I planted 2 over the allotment. And there's a chili of some description here. It did get green fly, so I sprayed it and moved it outside. Need to keep an eye on it, and I moved several of the Christmas cactus out into the garden, because I think the Christmas cactus do like a little bit of extra light in the summer. I'm thinking of starting up the slop bucket again. So if I get the Aussie slop bucket out of the lockup, what I'll probably do, I'll tell the cleaner about it and she can help me fill it up. And Oh my God, for the first time ever in about 3 years after I've planted it. And I need to zoom out again. Hollyhock. The hollyhock finally flowered. I don't believe it. I've got a honeybee in front of me now. And earlier I saw a tiger moth on the marjoram or oregano, one or the other. Again, this is a box, but it's not the stereotypical hedging box. It's like the Box Hill box. I actually got it from Tythe Pit Shore Lane, Warlingham, Whiteleaf. Look at this. The lavender has exploded. It's funny because this bigger, older one, it will stay upright. But down there, them ones further down, different variety, and they keep flopping. And as you can see, the marjoram or oregano, I think it's marjoram, it's in flower, and the insects love that, the tiny little insects. This little stuff, this is still going, and this has been going for months, and it keeps, of course I'm going to have major problems with all the seedlings coming up, but oh well, but it looks nice. I've got about 5 potato plants down there, so they'll be ready soon. There's another honeybee. So these potatoes, I'll be able to take them up. And I've got 1, 2, 3 outdoor tomato plants. They're just climbing about or lolloping about basically. And this is the other side. This is the lavender that just doesn't want to stay upright. And there's another one lost in here somewhere. Smaller one. And there's a sweet chestnut still in the bed. There's actually a sweet chestnut tree lost in there that I didn't dig out and pot up. And also I've got an outcuber or bay laurel, another one that's self-seeded, and I'm going to have to dig that up and do something with it. That's feverfew, will take that up, it's dead, it's seeded itself, so oh great. See what this hot weather, look. The hot weather, I mean, what can you do? Bumblebee. If they can't get enough moisture out of the flipping flowers, where can they get it? You can't go around looking for bumblebees all day, every day. It's just not feasible. I finally put a water bowl out again. It should have been out a long time ago, but I just didn't get round to it. Leucanthemum, I think it's called Leucanthemum. But I'm glad I finally got the water bowl out again. That's another of the hornbeams. And as you can see, the Onopordum. The Onopordum, I later found out that this is actually the Scotch thistle. It is the Scottish thistle. Onopordum is the Scottish thistle. And I've cut all the lower leaves off because the snails were just making a meal of the lower leaves. I cut them all off and I composted them. I put them in the compost. So that's both this plant and the other plant over there. Compost. As you can see, it's full up again, and I've got common hogweed bits cut off, and the Onopordum, a bit of citrus fruit in there, not too much citrus fruit, there's a little bit, banana skins and other stuff in the top, so it's good and full, and that black bag helps to sweat it up a bit. And of course the browns, I've got several of these takeaway coffee cup cardboard things, and there's one down there, and you can break them up, and they're the browns, so they're good for the compost as well. The Euphorbia schillingii, you can see the seed pods, and these seed pods will start exploding everywhere soon. I did have strawberries, but the thing is, probably because they're in such a congested position, I really need to put them into a recycle bin, a rectangular recycle bin. But I did have strawberries on it, and I did eat a couple. They were nice, but just not as good as the ones that were at Nash's garden at Barbara's. If we continue to get a drop more rain, this will be the first year this blackberry out the back has produced any decent fruit. But to be honest, it's such a sheltered position, and under this ash tree sucking the water up. There's one here. I can't see them being very tasty. Bit small. Yeah, very bitter. There's a slightly bigger one. Very slightly better. Nice conifer and ferns. There he is, look, I found him. I found the tiger moth. And that was on the marjoram earlier. Whee! Tiger moth. Very nice. So yeah, we're at the height of the summer now, and oh yeah, this campion, I've got the feeling, even it's continuing to flower now, but I've got a feeling that it's some kind of hybrid campion. Not the white campion, the red one, it's a pink campion. And I have heard stories about people saying about they've bought seeds from certain places, I think it's China, and they've done research saying, oh, I'm glad you never planted them seeds in the garden because they're not native or they're big trouble. But I'm not really sure. I mean, the first seeds I put on here were old country file seeds, and you can see this is a corn cockle, this one, and there was a smaller one, and the bird's foot trefoil has been a bit crowded out, to be honest. Alchemilla mollis is doing quite well, but I think it needs more compost around it and a little bit more water. Cineraria, silver dust, or Cineraria. Oh yeah, I know we went past it, I didn't mention it, but the Verbena bonariensis is flowering as well. I've yet to see anything taking advantage of it. Here comes a bumble, just as saying. But the Verbena bonariensis, I've had little white jobby butterflies, but nothing major, just white jobbies. And I've got some string now, so I can tie this rosemary up, get it out of the way. And that's no good. It was a Lewisia, but it died. But as I said, I might start up the slot bucket again. But yeah, the lavender does shade out a lot. You see there's a sage in there, and the lavender is collapsing onto the sage. and I think maybe I should just, some kind of flea beetle maybe. It's a bit strange the way that's gone. Maybe I should just cut it back. I'll probably just cut it back. And this is the cow parsley. The seed's already gone off of it. I'll pull them off. But yes, I should probably tie that up as well, to be honest. And the rudbeckia, I've got a rudbeckia here. I'm not sure if it's Goldstrom or a different one, but you can see there's quite a few about, and it does come back. One tiny little flower on the echinacea, but it hasn't really kicked off. But still got honeybees and bumblebees. And we saw a tiger moth. But there really isn't much else to talk about. That's about it. Caw, 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 caw. Maybe someone wants a drink at the bowl. Oh. Anyway, thought I'd do you an update of Puffy's garden. So yeah, we've got pots with pelargoniums, the purples and yellows, and the creamy whites are still out, all purpley off white. It's looking pretty good out here. But I think I'm going to have to end it here now because we're up to 16 minutes. And I need to upload this, and then I've got to get moving. Got to get myself something to eat and drink. So this is high summer basically. July, up to 17 minutes. So definitely got to stop it here. Well, thanks for joining me for the update on Puffy's garden. And we'll catch you up on the next video. Bye for now.